Greetings and welcome to another series of weekly devotionals. We're taking a look at one of the readings for this upcoming Sunday in the lectionary, offering a few thoughts for reflection. And this week we're going to look at a passage in chapter 32 of the book of Exodus in the Old Testament, the Hebrew Bible. When I started doing pastoral visitations many years ago, I remember visiting with someone and he said to me, that visit wasn't really what I expected. I thought you were going to just talk to me about religious stuff or like churchy stuff, but we just kind of had a conversation and you're just like a regular guy. And I always was sort of proud of that and enjoyed the fact that people felt that it was very comfortable with me visiting with them, and it meant that I was approachable, and I enjoyed people thinking that about me. I'm just a down-to-earth regular guy. But of course, I remember one visit. I had a very good visit with a woman in the hospital, and I was getting ready to leave, and she said to me, "Pastor, are you going to say a prayer?" So sometimes in my desire to be just a regular visit, a regular guy, a regular conversation, I sort of forget that, I am a pastor, and one of the roles of a pastoral visitation is to not necessarily having to talk about religious, churchy type stuff all the time, but reminding people of the presence of God and spending time in prayer. And as you're sitting with people and visiting with them, hopefully you're understanding that God is there with them and reminding people of that. And I mention all of that because in this chapter in the book of Exodus, it's the sort of the famous story right in the beginning of the chapter where the people of Israel have forgotten about God. They're making for themselves other gods. They're fashioning the golden calf, making idols for themselves, and going about their daily lives and forgetting that God is in their midst, and in fact God was the one that in fact has brought them out of Egypt. Sometimes, or during our worship services, I get a little bit perturbed because in the prelude, in the beginning of the worship service, people are talking, chatting, conversing about breakfast plans, or maybe comparing lawnmowers or whatever, some such mundane nonsense. And the moments that we're having the prelude we're supposed to be sort of centering ourselves in God's presence and reminding ourselves why we're there in worship, to be in the presence of God. And sometimes in our lives together as faith communities, we can kind of go through the motions a little bit, or focus on all the various details that we need to attend to, the various tasks that we need to accomplish, and forget the reason we're doing all of these things together is to remind ourselves that God is with us. Holy God, we pray that in our times of worship, in our times of fellowship, in our times of prayer, that we may always remember your presence and that you accompany us in all that we do as communities of faith. Help us not to forget that you are there. Amen.